under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Any public comment out there? Okay. Approval of the minutes of March 28th.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Communications, the only thing I have that is not in the agenda is the Alcoholism and Drug Abuse Council of Orange County is having the 29th Annual Countywide Substance Abuse Prevention Poster Design Contest Awards Ceremony. That's on Friday, May the 13th, 10 a.m. at SUNY Orange, Newburgh, Kaplan Hall, Great Room. So if anybody would like to go to that, they would like an RSVP, so I'm not sure exactly why, but I knew you would go.
I think I won this, like the first one.
Yeah?
I'm trying to do the math on it. Instead, don't write that down.
Okay, we spent $68,319 on various accounts. It includes our health insurance payment of $19,048. The state's portion of fines and fees collected by the court in February was $27,215. The Village of Highland Falls portion of the fees and fines by the court in February was $1,815. And Fusco Engineering for some work that he's done on our community development block grant was $1,710. And now we'll go right into board liaison reports. And we usually start with Bill Etzel, but he's out on a sailboat somewhere down in one of the islands, Antigua, I think is where he is. But picked a good time to go, that's for sure. Ty, have anything?
I don't have anything this week in reference to my liaison areas. I know that Mr. Falk is going to talk about some specific things, so I'm not going to steal his thunder. I want him to talk about those. But I would like to say that I attended a very wonderful ceremony this weekend, hosted by the Hudson Valley Women's Association, People Who Make a Difference Day. And so that particular ceremony I just wanted to mention, I think is very significant to the community. It was certainly significant to me. My daughter was honored, but more than that, it just made me realize why I'm so happy to be back home. Just to hear the bios of each person that got up and to see the effort and the attention to detail that the people in that organization put together to honor folks, it really is heartwarming. And so I just want to say congratulations and a thank you to those folks in that organization.
Thanks.
And I also wanted to say that like that, there was another ceremony which I did not attend, I missed, and it was the Greek flag raising at our Memorial Park here. I had every intention to be there. My apologies go out to the Greek community, but certainly I saw the pictures afterwards. I attended that last year, and I thought it was one of those things, again, that makes us so unique here when you celebrate these different cultures and you give honor to all the members of the community. I think it just enriches the whole community. So hats off to the Greek community. Once again, happy Independence Day for them, and that's all I have for this evening.
Had you gone to it, that shirt and tie would have been perfect. How about you?
Ditto on what Ty said about the Hudson Valley Women's Association. It was a pleasure to be there. And it was really extremely well attended. There were a lot of people there. I also did not make the Greek flag-raising ceremony, and congratulations to the people that participated and spoke and the ones that took care of that. And I'm sure that Adrian will have more to say about the Hudson Valley ladies, or not ladies, Hudson Valley Women's Association. And the chief is going to give the report tonight when he, at the appropriate time.
Adrian?
I'll just start off and second and third, what council members King and Gunza said about the Hudson Valley Women's Association and Friends breakfast. It was the second year that I was involved with that award ceremony and breakfast, and it was extremely well attended this year, and we honored some wonderful members of the community, and it was just a lovely event, so I thank you both for being there, and everyone who attended. And I would just like to say regarding town business, the assessor's office is working very hard. This is their very busy time of year, and the tentative roll has to be completed by May 1st. So that's where things stand with the assessor's office. And just one other thing that came across my desk recently that I thought was worth mentioning. Orange County Department of Mental Health on Wednesday, April 20th is hosting a talk and they have a series of lectures called PEP Talks. They're people educating people, and the topic that's going to be presented on April 20th is about cyberbullying. And so I know that that's a very current topic with social media and our young people, and as an issue and problem for a lot of our youth. So that's going to be held on Wednesday, April 20th from 7 to 9 p.m. At the Department of Mental Health in Goshen. If anyone is interested about it or would like more information, I'm sure that it's on the Orange County website, but I also have information about it. Could contact me and I could let you know. And I think that's it for me.
If I may add one thing about the Hudson Valley Women's Brunch. Ann Molina, who I believe was the founder of that organization, and there were several charter members there who recognized her for all that she's done and all that she is doing. And that lady is very, very committed to the community center. Thank you, Ann.
Yes.
Thank you. Well, all three of you enjoyed that event. But however, I missed it reluctantly. I think I've been there the last 5 years or so, but I missed it. Mindock Park. Mindock Park is moving along. They are looking for donations, in particular money. However, if you don't have some big bucks that you can send down, then they are now a 501c3, so it's tax deductible any donation you would make to the committee. If you have a picnic bench that you would like to manufacture yourself, buy and put a plaque on it, picnic bench donated by such and such a family, anything along that line is very, very much appreciated down there. The group is in its infancy, even though we've been going on about 3-4 years now anyway. They're doing a great job. They're working hard. I mentioned last week about them working hard. We just had some people down there that got a permit to take pictures of the Bear Mountain Bridge. And for that permit, they made a donation to the Mindock Park Committee of $500, which was just very nice. That's the second time we've gotten a decent donation out of people that want to go down and take in the beauty of the river and film or take pictures of it. One other thing I have, I just got to commend and thank the Highland Falls Fire Department. Twice yesterday. Yesterday, was it? Yeah. They responded to the town hall, false alarm, one of our alarms malfunctioned, if you will, yet they were here, full gear, very, very disciplined, and they had their packs on and the whole works, and they really responded, and no complaints about, oh, this is the second time or anything like that. We're very grateful for their service and the fact that they had to run out from whatever job they might have had to come down here twice yesterday. In all the fire departments, the volunteers and ambulance volunteers, it's amazing what they do. I've said this before, but I lay in bed 2 o'clock in the morning, I hear that siren go off, and I think, God bless those people, because it takes a lot of dedication. That's my report, and Chief, you've got a report for us?
Yes, good evening, Mr. Supervisor, members of the board, and members of the public. I just want to advise, I guess, the public, I copied everybody on the email of certain events that are upcoming, and I guess for the sake of the public, the West Point is holding their annual Special Olympics Torch Run on April 23rd. They're going to be going from the Hacienda Restaurant into West Point through Thayer Gate, so that usually brings significant traffic into the area, so for people who are going to be around that day. There should be a lot going on. That's Saturday, April 23rd. On Sunday, May 15th, there's going to be a bicycle race into the Bear Mountain area. It's a huge bicycle race. It's coming from New Jersey up to Palisades and 9W and coming up. They're turning around, so it will cause congestion in the circle. That's going to start at 6 a.m. and it's only going to take them a couple hours to get up here. So Sunday morning, be prepared to deal with traffic on May 15th. On June 25th, there's going to be a fundraising event called Answer to Cancer Bike Ride. So this event takes place mostly in the village of Highland Falls. However, the event director is asking for 2 police officers from us to be posted at specific locations during the race day. They've asked for the officers to be in uniform with cars. I gave them the hourly rate that we arrived to, and they're willing to pay that. So my recommendation would be to allow them to contract with us for those 2 police officers for that day.
That's a 7-hour day? Is that what how many hours is it?
Yeah, they've asked for 7 hours
Okay,
at $50 an hour.
okay, yeah. And we have somebody?
Well, once I get the authorization, I'll put it out for
Okay.
volunteers. I'm sure we'll fill it.
Anybody on the board have objection or anything like that?
No.
Okay, yeah, good.
Thank you. As you know, we had to regretfully accept the resignation of Teresa Careswell. She was a valued employee who left us for a full-time job. She was hopeful that she could be allowed to come work with us. Unfortunately, her job would not allow that. So we are left now with a position vacant. I'd like permission from the board to conduct interviews of applicants for the purpose of hiring, replacing Teresa Careswell.
Absolutely.
Thank you. The dog control van, that was out of service for almost a week. I think it was a water pump. We had $900 budgeted for vehicle maintenance. I think that was about $300, so we were able to cover it.
Good.
But we were out for a week without the dog van. I don't think any calls went unanswered because of it. I think we were lucky, but just so you're aware of that. So we recently replaced the lighting at the ambulance building, police side, with fluorescent lights, energy efficient and less lighting. So we replaced these big ballasts on the side of the building, which was they throw a lot of light out. So we replaced them with smaller lights. So that light now it's not covering the area we anticipated it would cover. So I'm requesting permission to purchase 2 more lights. One would be for the corner of the building that goes around back, and the other one is for the front corner. So this light would be more for just lighting that area up. Well aware of the issues with lighting with our neighbors, and this in no way would shoot up towards that or create any lighting complaints. So it's about $400. I have it in the budget. We're not going to go with that partition wall. I think we're going to do without that. And so the money would come from that line. I have put Detective Cornett in for the Orange County Police Chiefs Association's award for excellent police duty for his work in solving almost over 20 burglaries in the Hudson Valley area. This happened last year. The investigation began in October. We assisted many agencies in identifying individuals who committed these in excess of 20 burglaries, and they're in various stages of trial and so on. So he did a great job. We were fortunate that we had no burglaries, but we were able to bring closure to many others. I think that's it. So I'll let you know when the award is. It's in May sometime.
Good. Good. I'd like to go with.
Yeah.
I'm sure June, you want to go. Right, June?
Of course.
Thank you.
Anybody have any questions for Chief while he's up?
Yeah, I do have a question, Chief. Not sure if you're aware yet, but in conjunction with the town's recreation director, we have a committee that's putting together a event called Juneteenth celebration, which commemorates the emancipation of the last remaining slaves in 1865. And so one of the events is a festival at Long Pond, June 18th. It's a Saturday. As you're talking about security and things of this nature, of course, that's one of the things I'm concerned, not because of a specific reason, but just thinking ahead that there may be a need for added security. And so what is the best way to approach that? Is there an additional fee or additional, like you were just talking about this other thing, do we have to hire someone?
Is this a town event? So that would, I don't think there's any extra fee for that. That's,
Yeah, even if it's on a weekend?
yeah,
Okay. It's similar to the Road Park when we do 4th of July, that kind of
sure.
atmosphere, but I just wanted to get clarity as we go forward with the planning.
So I think probably the best next step would be if we sat down
Yeah,
and talked about what the event entailed and what we think we would need to do
yeah.
to meet the
I
need.
think the only thing different than what normally happens at Long Pond is, correct me if I'm wrong, Aaron, is that we're gonna let the public come in for free.
Yeah, I don't think we haven't decided anything, but that was one of the suggestions that we threw out there was if we were gonna have an event, to be able to distinguish who's at the event versus who's at Long Pond for the day, maybe just opening it to the public for that day.
Right. So,
Trying to enforce
let me get with the
there.
committee, Chief, and then bring some details to you, and we'll work it out.
Awesome. Good. Look forward to it.
Jacob Sibley, Highway Department, has completed his probation. It was up on April the 1st. So he's... Brooks's Lake Park improvements, that's what I've got out in front there. You and Adrian want to look at this, June's seen this. Come up here. This is Brooks's Lake Park. This is the ball field, dugouts on either side. We're going to put in a cement pad from the pavilion on over to 2 handicap drinking fountains. Over here where the porta potties usually are, we're going to put a cement pad in, and there'll be handicapped porta potties. We're going to line the parking lot, providing for some handicapped parking, the lines. And then this is the major project. We're going to go up the hill. This is the pavilion that sits on top of the hill. We're gonna go up the hill with a road where you can drive up to the top. There'll be handicap parking on top, there'll be handicap access to the pavilion, and there'll be access to the dog park, which sits over here. So this is a project that we're using 2 years' worth of community development monies and approximately $50,000. It'll be going out to bid as soon as I sign the resolution for tonight. So anybody have any questions? Anything? It should be nice, and I don't know what else we can do down at Brooks Lake Park, really.
This is great. I was speaking with someone actually just yesterday who wanted to use the dog park, but didn't feel that they could make the walk up the hill because of
Yeah, great.
health
Yeah, yeah.
limitations.
So they can drive right
So
up
that's
there.
wonderful, yeah.
So it should be nice. There'll be a railing along this road so that no one's going to go off the side here with the car. And that's about it. So it should be a nice project. Should be a nice project. Justin, did you do a resolution on this, or is this the one I have from Al?
I think that you have it from Al. I haven't seen it.
Okay. I have a resolution, whereas the Town Board, Town of Highlands, has reviewed the Orange County Community Development 2016 Municipal Agreement for Brooks Lake Park, and actually that's 2015 and 16. Whereas the Town Board has authorized the Town Clerk to obtain all the necessary insurance documents, and it is resolved that the Town Supervisor is hereby authorized to sign the municipal agreements as required. Need a motion to move the resolution?
So moved.
Second by?
A second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember King,
Aye.
Councilmember Gonza,
Aye.
Councilmember Voltaire,
Aye.
Supervisor Lucy.
Aye. I had a meeting with, June helped me out because I only met him just that last time, the Chamber of Commerce, John?
I think it's Jim Mordelin.
Jim Mordelin. And he explained to me that they're trying to put together working with Greenway and getting a grant and getting the Highland Falls Marina put together. It's in it, again, that's in its infancy, and we have a resolution, Justin?
Yep.
To allow
Yes, sir.
me to write a letter to the acting executive director of the Hudson Valley Greenway. And I'll read the whole resolution. Whereas the Village of Highland Falls is applying to the Hudson River Greenway community for a grant under the Greenway Communities Grant Program for a project to be located at the site commonly known as Highland Falls Marina, a site within the territorial jurisdiction of this town board. And whereas the governing body of the town of Highlands, the town board, feels the grant is in the best interest of the community and supports the application therefore. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town of Highlands Town Board does hereby approve and endorse the application of the Village of Highland Falls for a grant under the Hudson River Valley Greenway Community Grant Program for a project known as the Highland Falls Marina located within the Town of Highlands. I'll ask for a motion to move this resolution.
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, are there any questions on it? Roll call, please.
Councilmember King,
Aye.
Councilmember Gonza,
Aye.
Councilmember Voltaire,
Aye.
Supervisor Lucy.
Hi. Justin, for the next one here, the EFC Facilities Corporation.
You want me to?
Well, let me announce the good news, and you can read the rest of it,
I'll
okay?
summarize the rest of it. Yes, sir.
For those that kind of know, we have a $2.8 million project that we anticipate doing down at our sewer plant, the Fort Montgomery sewer plant. And it's basically to repair some of the damages that was done during the storm and to upgrade the plant as 30 years ago it was built, and it really hasn't been upgraded in 30 years. It's been maintained and repaired, but there's been no real upgrade to it. So we finally got this paperwork from the EFC, Environmental Facility Corporation, and on the $2.8 million, $707,000 is going to be a straight-out grant, with no interest, no payback, no nothing. The rest of it will be at low-interest loans, and possibly some of it will be at no-interest loan. So we have a resolution to allow me to sign this.
Correct. This just confirms the terms of the short-term financing and the exhibits, so.
And
you
you've read
need to
this, and I can
authorize
sign this? You have no problem with that?
Absolutely. It just basically breaks down exactly what you said. It's splitting the total project cost into the grant funding and the short-term financing part of the project. So, yes, it's a very favorable situation, but looks like Councilwoman Voltaire might have a question.
Is this the first time we've gotten actual numbers? Because I know this was like a hurry up and wait kind of a situation where we had to get all the information in some months ago, and then
Absolutely.
we could have possibly gotten bumped and whatever. So is this, I just can't remember what we were looking at
Sure.
those
So
few months ago.
This is
like
your best case.
best case scenario? We got
This is your
it.
best case.
Okay.
And, it wasn't meant to be a surprise to anyone. I received, correspondence went directly to the project engineer, Al Fusco. He forwarded it immediately, but I believe we received it on Friday, and the instructions from the EFC were that we had to return it by Wednesday.
That's
But,
cool. I was just
But it
wondering
is
what-
wonderful news.
Yeah.
It is the full 25% of your total project costs at grant, and that was
This was the best that we
case
could
scenario.
get, right? Awesome. Cool. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'll just go be it resolved that the supervisor and officers of the town are hereby authorized and empowered to make, execute, and deliver, or cause to be made, executed, and delivered in the name and behalf of the town, all such certificates, agreements, documents, and papers as may be necessary to effectuate and carry out the contents of the foregoing resolutions and terms and conditions of the New York State EFC under the applicable program. Be it further resolved that the resolution shall take effect immediately. Do I have a motion to move the resolution?
I'll make the motion.
I will second it.
Are there any more questions on it? Roll call, please.
Councilmember King,
Aye.
Councilmember Gonza,
Aye.
Councilmember Voltaire,
Aye.
Supervisor Listy.
Aye. Leslie, I'm going to get this signed, and I'll need the resolution and this letter, and I need it mailed out immediately tomorrow morning. Do we need to do it any?
Yeah, they provided both an email and a fax number, and if you scan it and email it, that would be the most effective. If you need a copy of the letter, I know you received it.
Yeah, I've
sir,
got it
but
here, yeah, okay.
He gave the email address within the copy of the correspondence.
I'll get with you tomorrow morning on it. We'll get it out right away. Aaron, I skipped over you on the report because I knew I had you on the agenda, so would you come up and talk to us about the camp invention and anything else that you want to bring up?
Yes, finally, around lunchtime, got the fourth edition of the contract from Camp Invention. They did make all the changes that Justin had asked for, so I think with his blessing, we're good to go ahead and sign that and start promoting it. I was at the school last Wednesday or Thursday, and I think we have a pretty good base of kids that we're looking, that are going to sign up. So I think it's going to be something successful. We're going to do a lot of promoting and a lot of getting in the community, some different communities, to see if we can get other people in. But if you guys are okay with it, I think we're ready to go ahead and sign it and return it. I think Justin was okay with the final copy.
I was, they did make the majority of the changes requested and gives you the ability to still terminate should you.
So we have 1 month to terminate.
The
30 days?
The final termination date in the
Has to
contract
be
is May 27th.
before May 27th.
And they won't ship anything to us and bill us for anything as long as we cancel by May 27th. If we have the 35 kids, then we're good to go. If not, then the contract is ended.
And actually, if we don't have 35, if you have 30, we can bring it back to the town board and see if we want to go along with the extra expense, but
Yeah, correct. And that might
is there a
be-
resolution for this, Justin, or is it just?
Yes, sir. Just authorizes either the supervisor or the recreation director to sign the contract with
Oh.
Invent Now.
Okay, be it further resolved that the supervisor and officers of the town are hereby authorized and empowered to make, execute, deliver, and cause to be made, executed, delivered in the name of and behalf of the town, all such certificates, documents, and papers as may be necessary to effectuate and carry out the contents of the foregoing resolutions and terms and conditions of the agreement. And that the agreement is this agreement with
Event now.
the name? We got it here. That would be the agreement between us and Camp Inventions of Highland Park, North Canton, Ohio. I need a motion.
So moved.
So I have a second.
Second.
Any questions on this before we go?
I think we raised most of them last time.
All in favor? Oh, never mind. Roll call, please.
Councilmember King,
Aye.
Councilmember Gonza,
Aye.
Councilmember Voltaire,
Aye.
Supervisor Livesey.
Aye. Aaron, good job. You keep up the good work. And do you have anything more for us?
I do. Just an announcement to everyone watching on TV. Our opening day ceremonies for ponytail, softball, and Little League Baseball, April 23rd. We had a approval from the village board contingent on the paperwork that I've already submitted, just to let us hold the parade with all the kids. We invited everybody from the T-ball level all the way up to the varsity baseball and softball teams to join in the parade. We're going to march from the municipal lot across from Sacred Heart up to Roe Park. From there, it's going to be a day of baseball, softball. We have photographers coming to do team and individual pictures for all the teams, music, entertainment, food. So even if your child's not involved in baseball or softball, come on out. It's going to be a fun community day, and that's what we're billing it as. So we hope to see a lot of people out there.
When's that start?
The parade starts at 9, which seems to be a conflict with the West Point torch run. But I'm going to speak with Ken Scott tomorrow. We kind of have 2 different routes, so hopefully it'll work itself out. The recreation department will have a table up at Family Fun Night on Friday at the middle school. So if anyone wants to come up, they have any questions about recreation, we'll have flyers, we'll have, answering questions for anything that we have going on. Feel free to stop up. It's going to be I haven't been there yet, but I've heard in the past it was a really fun.
Thank you for
fun night.
mentioning that. That's a big thing.
Family
The
Fun
Family
Night,
Fun Night,
6
yeah.
o'clock at the intermediate school.
Yes.
I mailed out to the Department of Health the permits for the youth summer camp and Long Pond. So hopefully in the next few weeks, we'll hear back approving our permits, so, we're on time for that. If you've seen on Facebook, we've started a running club, and it's really just a way for kids to keep moving and have fun and stay fit. We had a couple of local parents who were really adamant about starting something like that, so we got behind it, and it's actually a pretty good turnout so far. We'll have registration flyers and all that stuff at Family Fun Night on Friday for anyone who was going to be up there. And last thing, the lacrosse program that we had been promoting starts May 1st. A lot of the things that we are doing are introduction to the sports. Lacrosse, we've never had a big turnout of kids looking to do lacrosse. When they get to high school, it's new to them for the most part. So lacrosse in particular, we're starting on May 1st. Again, it's The signups are a lot bigger than we anticipated, but it's going to be a really fun way to introduce these kids to the sport of lacrosse, so looking forward to it. Any questions for me?
Who's helping you? I'm assuming that you have some help teaching the kids lacrosse.
I have no experience whatsoever with lacrosse, but we do have a few parents in the community that play to the college level.
Oh, good.
So they're going to be coming in. I have a high schooler from Don Bosco who lives on West Point. I've known the family for a long time. He's going to kind of take the lead along with another parent who are going to commit to being there every Sunday. Then we have the influx of parents who are going to be coming in and helping with the kids. So
You want to check with the 2 high school teams too.
I have. Working with Debbie Crow. Yeah, working with Debbie Crow. A lot of high schoolers need volunteer hours, so she's going to help with getting kids, that can't do it every time, but we can get kids in and out as we need, just to help with the smaller ones.
Oh, it sounds as though you have some very exciting programs coming up, and you're recruiting help to deliver the product.
We could not function without the volunteers, so thank you for every person who has coached, umpired, refereed, worked with our kids in any aspect of our program. We couldn't do without them, so I'm very thankful to have the help that I do. And I think that is all.
Thank you. Good job.
Thanks, Aaron.
Good job.
Supervisor, can I double dip for a second, because our recreation director jogged my memory on a couple of things that I forgot to announce.
Well,
Do you mind? The family fun night that he mentioned is this Friday, April 15th. It's sponsored by the Respect for All Committee at the Highland Falls Intermediate School from 6 to 8 p.m. They've had a wonderful turnout in the past, and lots of different organizations and groups in the community are represented, and they go and they set up tables and booths, and so there's information available, but there's also lots of different games and all sorts of activities for families, kids and their parents to go and attend together. Another thing, at the center, there's going to be an Earth Day open house on April 23rd. That's going to be from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Olga Anderson has been teaching a gardening class to some young people at the center, and they are going to be hosting this event. There's going to be a talk about climate change. There's a couple of speakers and a number of exhibits, and information available as far, also a speaker talking about beekeeping in New York. Another thing that I forgot about, we have the Highland Falls K through 8 PTF has been doing a clothing drive over the last couple of months. We've been collecting clothing and household items. There's one of these companies that comes and collects everything, and then they actually cut a check to the organization based on how much they've been able to collect. So it's a fundraiser for the PTF, but also a good way to donate your old clothing and towels and blankets and whatnot. And so the last day for collection is on Saturday, April 16th, from 10 to 11 at the old Highland Falls Elementary School. And then the last thing was that the Highland Falls, Fort Montgomery, the K through 8 PTF, and in conjunction with the O'Neill PTSC, is sponsoring a color run, which is going to be held on Saturday, April 30th. And there's information about registering for that, that I'm sure is on the school website. You could get in touch with anyone involved with the PTF, or the school would have information about that. But I'm looking forward to that to being a really fun event too. So there's just a lot of stuff going on. Lots of stuff.
And one more thing going on, and I'm not sure if you said it was, I was reading something when you were talking. They have a ribbon cutting at the O'Neill baseball field. That would be this Friday at 3:30. All right. The only event left here is I have a letter of resignation from Teresa Coswell, Officer Teresa Coswell, effective immediately, and she's resigning as a member in good standing. Motion to accept her resignation?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So carried. General public comment. Kelly, you have anything? I'm sorry.
No, we had the auditors here this week. They're still emailing me with requests. I also had a fixed asset inventory done this week. We had it done about 5 years ago, so it's just an update. And that's about it.
Okay. The bids for the trucks that we're anticipating buying, there's been about, Leslie, how many to date? Maybe a half a dozen?
About 8.
Eight bids have been picked up. I'm not sure we'll get the actual bid back, but the specs have been picked up by about 8 different companies, which is a good thing. That's great. If you feel kind of closed in, if you only got one bid, maybe 2 bids, then you worry about it. Anything else? Town board, have anything else? No?
Nope.
You know, I do have one just quick thing. I opened for the town of Highlands an Amazon business account for office supplies, and I have to say, the court today, they came over to tell me that they were able to get toner for their printers, that they normally spend $120 for a cartridge, for about $65.
Wow.
They use it, yeah, I think it was about $65, significant savings, so I'm rolling it out to everybody here who uses office supplies, because it's been a good deal.
Yeah?
Free shipping for the town.
Nice.
Tax exempt, of course, so.
I have your ink in my truck, too.
Oh, good, thank you.
Anybody else? Anything else?
Nope.
Okay, I'd like to go into executive session to talk about police personnel, have a discussion on the MS4 contract, and to consult with the attorney concerning matters on Corbin Hill. Do I have a motion to go into executive session?
I'll make it. Adrian made the motion and I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We will not be coming out after the executive session. Thank you, everyone.